In the shadowed valleys of Italy, a small city stirred with ambition. Rome's sons honed their courage, unaware their city would one day command the world. In the Senate, whispers of power and law laid the foundation of an empire. Trade brought wealth, and wealth brought envy. From conquest to conquest, their armies carved paths across the land. With stone and sweat, Rome connected its growing dominion. Leaders rose, guided by ambition and shadows of betrayal. Enemies fell, their cries echoing in the corridors of history. Ingenious minds built wonders that would outlast kings and emperors. Rome's heart beat with triumph, spectacle, and blood. Power became ritual, the empire a stage for ambition and intrigue. Legions carried Rome's shadow across seas and deserts alike. Emperors ruled with iron fists, masked by silk and ceremony. Even nature seemed to bow to Rome's relentless ambition. Gladiators fought for honor and to entertain the powerful. Wealth and decadence grew, feeding pride and greed. Trade routes spanned the known world, binding distant lands under Rome. Power bred suspicion. Whispers of betrayal grew like poison. The empire expanded, yet shadows crept within its borders. Celebration masked the seeds of discontent planted among the conquered. Luxury and splendor veiled an empire teetering on the edge. Discipline held Rome together, but even the strongest can falter. Secrets passed in shadow, fueling conspiracies that would shake the empire. Power dazzled, but every crown casts a shadow. Even Rome's marvels whispered of mortality and decay. The cost of expansion was written in the blood of both foes and sons. Genius created marvels, yet ambition invited envy and revolt. The city thrummed with power, fear, and unseen treachery. Glory and danger walked hand in hand, one breath from disaster. Even the gods seemed to turn their gaze from Rome. As centuries passed, the empire's foundations began to crumble. Defenders grew weary, borders stretched thin. The seat of power was gilded yet hollow within. Insurrection and invasion gnawed at Rome's once unshakable walls. Strategy could not mend what time and corruption had broken. Fear replaced loyalty. Shadows claimed the streets once ruled by law. Bravery alone could not hold back the tide of decline. Flames illuminated the fragility of an empire built on conquest. Even Rome's wonders could not sustain its failing heart. Once a symbol of wisdom, the halls of power fell silent. Enemies once held at bay now pressed relentlessly at the gates. Wealth meant little when the empire itself was unraveling. The infrastructure that connected an empire began to fail. Luxury decayed alongside power, leaving only echoes. Heroes of Rome faced a destiny they could not rewrite. The empire's reach shrank as chaos consumed its lands. Greed and treachery struck from within as Rome weakened. Monuments to glory now stood as silent witnesses to decline. The people endured, yet fear became the new ruler. History began to turn its gaze away from the once mighty city. The invaders finally breached the city, ending an era of unmatched power. Fire and conquest marked the final chapter of Roman dominance. Even emperors could not escape the relentless march of fate. Stone and marble, once symbols of glory, now bore only silence. The heartbeat of the empire had faded, leaving whispers behind. Legends speak of Rome, yet the city itself became a ghost. Glory and brutality lingered in the stones, haunting the memory of men. The tools of empire lay forgotten, telling tales of ambition and ruin. Nature claimed what man once dominated, silent and relentless. The empire fell, but its shadow stretches across centuries, a mystery that still whispers to those who dare listen.